Howdy and hello and good morning, because I just woke up. Granted, it's like 11:02 or something, like 11:20. I don't know. I woke up really late today, but I feel great. So, again, good morning and hello. Welcome to another vlog. Today we are talking about a somewhat, I don't want to say controversial, because it's not controversial, but controversial just because there's a movement right now that's trying to make it happen again, which I will go into at the end of the video and my point of view on it. The Republic of Texas. Texas was its own country for 9 years. Won its independence in 1836. And it went on to be its own country for 9 years, like I said. It had two presidents, Sam Houston and Lamar. There's even a Lamar Award in Texas. My brother was given it. And it's really not what you would think. It's basically for being nice or whatever. And while anybody can get an award for being nice, you can't really fake being a Texan, so Californians. Anyhow, so the Republic of Texas only happened because of a man named Stephen F. Austin. He brought over what was called the 300 families of immigrants coming to make land on what was known as Tejas, which was owned by Mexico at this point. Now, in 1842, or 1824, sorry, that's my bad, 1824, Mexican dictator Antonio Lopez de Santa Anna tore up a document stating that there would be peace, that they could own that land, and drove them out. Not before the second 300, however, came into play, which, funny enough, my family was part of. My family was part of the second 300. I'm a sixth generation Texan. My dad is a fifth. My grandfather is a fourth. My niece is now a seventh. My brothers are all sixth as well. And when Santa Anna tried to drive the 600, there was a lot more than 600, but we just call it the first and second 300. When they tried to drive the people out, some of them weren't very happy about that and started fighting back. So settlements like Gonzales and Goliad fought back. The famous flag, "Come and Take It," that was from Gonzales. They had a big cannon and they fought off the Mexican army and sent them home, basically. They won. Goliad, unfortunately, did not win. They fell. They were all killed. The Alamo, one of the biggest ones, remember the Alamo? It's in San Antonio de Bejar. And 186, so the story goes, it's not 185, sometimes it's loose, going against 5,000 Mexican soldiers. They asked for reinforcements hundreds of times. Well, it was really 3, but, a lot. And they did not, unfortunately, get those things. And after 13 days of defending the mission, the Alamo, the Spanish mission, it's what it was, they unfortunately were all killed, every one of them. There's rumors that 1 or 2 of them slipped away, or that 1 or 2 of them were let go, but most Texans know and agree that they were unfortunately all killed. You had some notable people there, such as James or Jim Bowie, who was the sole practitioner of the Bowie knife, the big hunting knife. You had Colonel Travis. He was actually from South Carolina, which I was just there. I thought that was cool. And he was a lawyer. He was a bunch of different stuff, and then he became a Lieutenant Colonel, William Barrett Travis, and died at the Alamo. You had Davy Crockett. Davy Crockett obviously needs no introduction at all for a history buff, but he was born in Tennessee. He killed a bar when he was only 3. Born on a mountaintop in Tennessee. Killed him a bar when he was only 3. Davy Crockett, king of the wild frontier. Now after the Alamo fell, hold on. There was one more notable person, but he's not talked about much in life. Juan Seguin, the sole survivor of the Alamo, only because he left early to deliver a message to Sam Houston and was ordered to stay with Sam Houston by Sam Houston. And the only reason he wasn't killed was because he was ordered to stay. So could you imagine? But the city of Seguin, Texas, is actually named after him, and I believe he's also buried there on one of the cemetery in the blocks. And he was a Mexican soldier, but he was a Mexican, but he fought with the Texans, so he was basically like a Tejas soldier and Tex-Mex soldier. And Sam Houston, who, like I said, was the first president of the Republic of Texas, also was the governor of Tennessee at one point. Davy Crockett, by the way, was also a congressman from Tennessee. He actually served in Congress until he was kicked out on his views on the treatment of Native Americans, where he said, "This is wrong. We can't take their lands like this. You are going to start killing them all. That's their land. That's their God-given land. Like, this is our God-given land." And he made this whole speech, and you can go look it up. It's an awesome speech. And he basically said, y'all can go to hell. I'm going to Texas, And so he left after that, lost his seat in Congress, went to Texas, and fought at the Alamo, and passed away. He was killed. They say he was one of the last few fighters standing, though. So they say. Let's see, what else? After that, Sam Houston ran around Texas a little bit, looking for the right spot to fight, because he didn't want to run from Santa Anna. All the Texans and Texians, at the time they were actually called Texians. So instead of Texans, so Texans, like the Houston Texans, the football team, add an I before the A. So after the X and before the A, add an I, so it's Texians. So the Texian army. Before, a lot of the Texians were very angry with Sam Houston. They were like, "Dude, we're running away from the dude who just whipped all of our butts and killed all of our brothers and sisters at the Alamo and Gonzales or Goliad." And they were like, he was like, "Don't worry, we're gonna do it." And eventually they came to rest on, and I thought this was cool. I did not know this until I was young, so I have known this. So San Jacinto is right over there. It's like 30 minutes from here, if not 45 depending on traffic, or an hour depending on traffic. And that was where Santa Anna was defeated. It was a complete surprise attack. The entire battle lasted 18 minutes. The Texian army had very little, if not any, casualties. Like none almost, maybe 2. You don't really see. And my family, I believe, fought at San Jacinto as part of a squad or a brigade, or I don't remember, but I know one of my ancestors fought at San Jacinto, so that was cool. They won in 18 minutes. The battle was complete surprise attack. They won. It was awesome. It's where the catchphrase "Remember the Alamo" came from. Remember the Alamo, remember Goliad, remember Gonzales, all that, and they won. And not too long after that, Santa Anna was captured trying to flee, and he was forced to sign a document stating that, yes, you have the rights to Texas. Not only is it your territory, but now it's your own independent country. Because during the Alamo, the 13 days of the Alamo, and all the time in Goliad and Gonzales, Sam Houston, Lamar, and many other delegates of Texas signed a document stating basically a Texas Declaration of Independence. They're like, "Yeah, no, we're not gonna have you do that. So we're gonna be our own country now. If you're gonna try and take back the land that you promised us, so we're gonna make it our own." You talk about like whiplash, dude. It's like, no, you know what? We were gonna be nice and give you that land from Mexico, but we're thinking not. Instead of saying, okay, they're like, yeah, no. Not only are we going to take the land back, but it's going to be ours now, like our own country. So, thank you. But, so that's how the Republic of Texas started. And we had many things during it. We had banknotes, and one day I'm going to order some banknotes and have them framed. Those are really cool. I want to have them on the wall. Banknotes, which is basically like dollar bills, but it's for Texas money. We had our own song. Well, we have a lot of songs, actually. There's the Ballad of the Alamo by Marty Robbins. There's Texas, Our Texas, which would actually be our own national anthem if we were still a country. The Yellow Rose of Texas. Obviously, we have the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, one individual. Yeah, because I think I got that right. Hold on. Pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. I pledge allegiance to the Texas, one state under God, indivisible. Yeah, I got that. Okay. So with that, we're coming to the end of the video, so I'm going to discuss that movement that I said in the beginning of the video. The Texas National Movement is trying to push for what's called Texit. Very similar to Brexit, which is where Scotland would like to leave the US, or the UK, which is funny because I'm also Scottish and Texan. So it's like I got one side of the coin trying to leave the UK and the other side of the coin trying to leave the US. I'm just a rebel all through. But Texit is where they are trying to have Governor Abbott right now go into a special session for the people to vote on whether Texas should secede from the Union. Now, my views on it are I would have to agree. I would like to see Texas remove itself from the Union, but I don't want there to be any conflict because of it. If Texas leaving was to cause World War II and a half just between the U.S. and Texas, then no, I wouldn't want that. I don't want conflict to occur just because people want their independence and freedom. If we have to go to war or if we have to fight, I guess we gotta, but Texas needs its independence and freedom at this point. But that's just my beliefs. You can say what you would like in the comments and all that. Anyway, thank you for watching. Hope you enjoyed. Shout out to the first person who came to the video and everybody who came to this video. Shout out to all my Texans watching and all my Scots watching. Family and Scottish people. I didn't even think of that. So all the Scott family watching and all the Scottish family watching. And I hope that you're having a good day or good night. Leave likes, comment down below if you want me to go talk about something, go see something, or do something about Texas. And I will see you all. Oh, subscribe. We have a subscriber goal of 50 subscribers by the 1st of September. We're at 29. Hopefully we can get that up. Our last subscriber goal was met weeks in advance, so that was really awesome. Hope we can do it again. And I hope to see you guys in my next video. Thank you, and I will see you guys next time. Bye, y'all.